Ep.7 in this coaching series. I'm so excited that I get to really support you and women who are like you in getting answers to the why and how questions that are holding you back in life and love. These are questions that you're obsessing over and you know are keeping you stuck. My question is, how many weeks, months, and years will you stay stuck? Don't. Hop into a mastermind. Dedicate the time, the energy, the faith, the focus, the money, the reserves, the resources that are required to signify to yourself, to your friends, to your family, to all of heaven and earth that you are prioritizing your health and healing. This next question is going to be short and quick. The question is, how do I love myself more at work? This is from Casey in California. It's a really good question because most of the women who follow me and who are members of the Supreme Love Project like you are like me. You are a professional woman. You are a boss. You are a shot caller. You are a leader in life and love. You are tenacious and strong. You are a visionary. A lot of people depend on you. You're a leader in so many ways. And you self-identified with being very, very productive. And so as a way of understanding your worth and your value, you give. You overgive, you overtalk, you overwork yourself to the point of exhaustion. I've been there. I understand how that is. I don't do that anymore. So one of the ways that you love yourself more at work is you are, write this down, both anticipatory and responsive. So you anticipate what it is that is required that you will need in order to be strong and solid and clear. And so that's anticipating, that's on the front end. And then you're responsive to when the boundaries that you set are not met. So what does that look like? Let's say you work in a hospital or you work in some sort of emergency type setting where there are emergencies happening all the time. That is a space for exhaustion, for stress, for high levels of intensity. If you can anticipate a really high stress day in the hospital, a really high stress day in the office, and you can imagine people getting short with you, barking orders, not having time for lunch, running up and down stairs between meetings, keeping track of time, feeling dehydrated. If you can just imagine that day, what you get to do to anticipate what you will need to be successful in that day is start to imagine, where will I need a fresh air break or a bathroom break or a moment to myself during the course of that day. So being anticipatory is loving yourself more at work by imagining the worst case scenario that you can conjure and then putting in support structures for yourself. Say, okay, well, if I get to the office at 8 and I'm not leaving until 7 because this is one of those tricky, like full days, I would need every 3 hours to take a break. So let me just write in my calendar and put a notification on my phone that that's what I'm going to need. And then at the beginning of the day, I'll send out an email or a text message, or I'll say in the staff meeting right away, or I'll say at the nurse's station right away, hey team, so there's something that I'm working on right now. It's going to require that I take a 10-minute break at certain points in the day, a 10 to 12-minute break. And these are the times that I'm going to take it. And I'm going to go outside and get have a fresh, brisk walk and get some coffee or get some cool tea, or have a great smoothie. And then I'll be back. So you anticipate and then you communicate and then you are reflective at the end. You're responsive at the end. What does that mean? You say, if I do not get the break, I end up feeling frazzled and stressed and tense. And so it's something that I'm etching into my day to make sure that I show up well for you, to make sure that I show up the best for you. Is there anybody else who needs support in your boundaries and what it is you're trying to accomplish? More peace, more strength? How can I support you? You're asking for support, make sure that you give it in the communication. And then you say, if I don't get these breaks, my concern is that my blood pressure will rise. My concern is that my migraines will return. My concern is that my heart palpitations will happen again. And that is something that I am working on avoiding. So I'm taking the breaks are very important to me. Anticipate, communicate the boundaries, and then on the tail end, reflect and be responsive. Did it work? How can you talk to your colleagues and friends about it? How can you support other people in it? That's what it means to love you more. It's showing yourself respect. It's showing yourself consideration. Listen, it's the same consideration that you would give to your child at school. If your child had a big problem, maybe they're learning to control their bowels. Maybe they're learning to self-regulate their attitude and their energy. And you look at their worst case scenario, the day that is the roughest for them, and you say, I see a pattern. It's about right after break that they sort of fall apart, right before lunch, and about an hour before the end of the day. I'm going to work with the teacher to ask her if there are some support structures I can put in at those times to make sure that my baby boy or that my little girl has the best day possible. You're showing yourself the same respect. Get into that. Love yourself more at work. And if this coaching is supporting you with insights, with understanding, with strategies that you can actually use to make sure that you have your transformation and your shift in creating the relationships that you desire and you deserve, apply for the Mastermind, and I'll see you there. Hey there. So I'd like to tell you again about the value of a mastermind. Now, this mastermind is taking place on the dates that you see on your screen and the city that you see on your screen. It is a prime opportunity to join an elite group. A mastermind is a team. A mastermind is how things get done among the highest echelon of coaches, executives, physicians, architects, engineers, educators, scholars all over the world. People form masterminds. It's a curated group of committed, vetted, like-minded, soul-centered people who are done with excuses, done with self-sabotage, coming together to solve problems with an expert, with a mentor who's been where they've been and created success so that they can complete and clear in 2.5 days what would take them 5-10 years to do on their own. That's the value of a mastermind. Masterminds are often very, very exclusive. They're not open to the general public. Most of the time, you don't even hear about them unless you know someone who's practiced in designing, implementing, and delivering them, like me. The Love You More Mastermind is that opportunity for you to join me and other women who are operating at a very high level in a space of luxury, in a space of opulence, to clear the blocks against closure on the past that isn't working for you, beliefs, behaviors, and practices that hold you back. Clearing the blocks against your self-worth. Understanding how worthy you are of love, attention, connection. And also clearing the blocks against abundance. I'm talking about a wealth and an overflow of riches in love and in life. Masterminding can clear those blocks. Masterminding can create community. Masterminding can exponentially clear what it is that is keeping you stuck in 2.5 days, as opposed to 10 years. The choice is yours. The applications are still open. I'll see you on the other side.